I've been thinking about divorce so much this past few weeks, and I thought I need to just let it go. It's just a fluke. I have no business talking about divorce, but it keeps coming up. So I guess I'm gonna have to talk about it. In the American culture, in most cultures actually, there's this huge emphasis of getting married and that whole production. And not even, it's more so the wedding than anything. And as if what happens before and after is minute in comparison, when really the wedding is minuscule. A beautiful wedding is not indicative of the success of a marriage. A lot of times we plan the physical elements of the wedding, but not the marriage and the intangible effort that is put into marriage and sustaining it. I see a lot of videos with just the physical. But rarely, I don't think I have ever seen just up front the marriage being positioned in a way of like communication in the context of learning from a psychological perspective and growth as a couple. And so I read a book. It is called Passionate Marriage by David Snarsh. Well, I totally mispronounced his name, so here you go. There's a screenshot. How I see marriage and interpersonal relationships, I kind of see it like the Titanic. You get on this beautiful, stunning ship. It's so romantic, and it's durable. It's massive. This ship, it's you. It's the one you love. It's people in their life that you love, the people in your life that you love. You see them in passing, you interact with them, but your spouse is who you are roomed with, and you have the closest connection. And you're on this adventure of life. And there's icebergs. Some you can see, some you can't see. Conflicts. That is what the icebergs symbolize. And the conflicts that you can see before you hit them, I mean, obviously, the sooner you see them, the better. And then there are icebergs that you can't even see because they're underneath the surface. The Titanic went down in about 3 hours. It took so much time, expertise, skill, just countless hours and effort, but it took 3 hours to sink the Titanic. And down it went, and it's still there. Now, to expand upon the fact that the Titanic is still in the North Atlantic, in the ocean. In marriage, there are things that will arise. There are things that you would rather forget. Whenever people try sometimes to go to the Titanic, they try to get to the Titanic physically. This happens every few years or so, and usually it ends in catastrophe, it ends in death, and it's horrific. I think it happened like 2 years ago, most recently. And so in this analogy of marriage that I'm trying to illustrate, whenever unsavory things happen and you try to bring them back up to the surface, light should be given to things. But when there is light, sometimes you see more than what you want to see. And some things are not meant to be seen more than once. And love is everything that Corinthians has listed. And after reflection, I see love as being as deep and as vast as the ocean. One of the reasons why the iceberg was hit was, well, one, it was nighttime. Two, the waters were calm. The waters were so deceptively calm that they couldn't see any. There was no disruption in the water, like waves, that would have made it easier to see the iceberg in the distance. It was just still water. And this is why conflict is good, because it makes it easier to see things that would otherwise be ignored in a marriage. Sometimes people act like things are just, when really it's not. Nobody got on that boat with the thought that it was going to sink. Like, what? Because why would they have gotten on the boat? That was the furthest thing from their mind, and because of it, they were ill prepared. They were so consumed with the massive, grandiose, luxurious appearance of the boat. Nothing else mattered. There will be times when, while you're married, and you feel like you are carrying the marriage, that if you let go, the marriage would fall into the ocean. And there will be times when your partner will feel like they are carrying the marriage. Honesty is a gift, and it's something people don't always willingly give, or they might give it in increments. It might be unintentional. But anyway, anything honestly communicated can be instrumental. It can be directions and insight of how to keep the marriage, swimming, moving towards freedom, mutual freedom through your love. Because love is freeing. The Titanic was headed to New York. And in New York, we have the Statue of Liberty, the ultimate symbol of freedom that was gifted to us by France. And so, yes, true love is freeing, and God is love. Knowing God and having a relationship with God is so important to have a happy marriage for so many reasons. One in particular is God is your marriage counselor. He is. He knows you. He set you two up to be together. So he knows you. One definition of divorce is the separation of two things, as in it could be a noun. And so when the Titanic sank, it ultimately did snap in two before it inevitably sunk to the bottom of the ocean. Both parts separately sunk. And that, to me, that is symbolic to me of marriage, and how, when pressure and responsibility and weight or whatever, like the water, is not distributed as it should be. And matter of fact, trying to keep that out in the first place should be a focus, but once it gets into management appropriately, otherwise the divorce and the separation can happen. Just like the Titanic with those two parts. And from what I can tell from the little research that I have done, is the Titanic, the catastrophe of that was made possible by neglect. It was made possible by not considering all possible outcomes, no matter how grim they may be. They should still be considered. And that didn't happen. There was an arrogance about the way the ship was handled, too. And it was carelessness to a degree that led to what happened. When you're married, you have to prepare yourself for so many things. Things that you can see and things that you can't see. You have to prepare yourself for the fact that not everybody is happy that you're married. And the adventure that you take with your partner is an adventure that should last a lifetime. You don't know what's going to happen. You can only try your best and prepare and hold on tight. Praying together is beautiful in general, but also saying a special prayer together that you stay together.